Over 60? 5 foods you should never touch, and 5 you must eat daily to protect vision and eyes naturally. If you're over 60, you've probably noticed little changes in your eyesight. Maybe the print on menus looks smaller, night driving feels harder, or your eyes get tired more easily. The truth is, age alone doesn't cause all of these changes. What you eat every single day can speed up or slow down vision problems like cataracts, glaucoma, and macular degeneration. And here's the surprising part. Some foods that seem harmless or even healthy could be quietly damaging your eyes over time. In this video, we'll reveal 5 foods you should never touch if you want to protect your vision, followed by 5 powerful foods you should eat every single day to keep your eyes strong and your sight sharp for years to come. As per usual, all sources are linked below for anyone who wants to dive deeper. And let's start with a food that most people think is one of the healthiest fruits you can eat. You might even have it for breakfast, thinking you're doing your body a favor, but if you're on certain medications, it could quietly be harming your vision. Food to avoid. Number 1, grapefruit. Grapefruit might look like a wholesome breakfast choice, refreshing, hydrating, and full of vitamin C, but for older adults, it hides a serious vision hazard. This citrus fruit can interfere with how your body processes dozens of common medications, turning a simple glass of juice into a silent health risk. A study in elderly adults from ages 70 to 83 published in Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics. Drinking just 250 milliliters of grapefruit juice caused blood levels of the blood pressure drug felodipine to rise nearly 3 to 4-fold. The culprit is grapefruit's enzyme-blocking compounds, which impair drug breakdown and lead to unpredictable changes in blood pressure and heart rate. When drug levels suddenly surge, blood pressure can swing from high to low in short periods. These fluctuations reduce steady blood flow to the eyes, stressing the delicate tissues that keep your vision sharp. For seniors, many of whom take multiple daily medications, this risk can multiply quickly. A study published in the American Journal of Cardiovascular Drugs shows that the danger lies in grapefruit's furanocoumarins, natural compounds that inhibit CYP3A4, a liver and intestinal enzyme responsible for metabolizing almost half of all oral medications. This can push drug levels into the toxic range or make them ineffective. Many of these affected drugs are prescribed for cardiovascular and eye health, meaning the impact can be both direct and indirect on vision. For older adults with already slower drug metabolism, this interaction creates a perfect storm. Spikes or drops in medication levels can cause retinal ischemia, which is loss of blood supply to the retina, hormonal imbalances, and organ stress, all of which accelerate the progression of age-related eye diseases like macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy. Think of grapefruit as a roadblock at your body's drug processing checkpoint. Medications back up behind it, sometimes flooding your system. Other times, the blockage reroutes traffic entirely. In your eyes, these disruptions can starve tissues of oxygen and nutrients, gradually damaging your sight. Now that grapefruit's healthy juice glow has dimmed, our next meal is a mild-tasting fish with hidden risks that might surprise you. Food number 2, farmed tilapia. Farmed tilapia may seem like a mild, safe protein choice, but for seniors, it can carry hidden risks for eye health. Unlike fatty omega-3 rich fish, farmed tilapia has a nutrient profile that can subtly drive inflammation and erode vision resilience over time. A landmark study in the International Journal of Food Science and Nutrition found that farmed tilapia contains a significantly higher omega-6 to omega-3 ratio than wild tilapia. Excess omega-6 promotes inflammation, while low omega-3 means less of the protective anti-inflammatory support that helps maintain healthy retinal function and steady blood flow. Chronic inflammation is a key driver of age-related eye conditions like macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy. Seniors already experience reduced retinal circulation and higher oxidative stress. So adding a pro-inflammatory food, even one that seems harmless, can accelerate damage. It's not just the fat profile. A toxicology report study found elevated cadmium and chromium in farmed Nile tilapia, especially in fish harvested during autumn, raising concerns about long-term heavy metal exposure. Heavy metals, like cadmium, slowly accumulate in the body, damaging the tiny blood vessels that nourish the retina and optic nerve. In older adults whose kidney function and detox capacity naturally decline, even low doses can build up to harmful levels, increasing the risk of subtle vision loss, glaucoma, and nerve damage. Think of farm tilapia like water with an invisible cloudiness. Omega-6 fats stir up inflammatory murk, while cadmium acts like microscopic silt that settles into the eye's delicate structures. Over time, this combination slows retinal repair, disrupts circulation, and leaves your vision more vulnerable to age-related decline. If farm tilapia can quietly inflame and burden your eyes, the next pitfall is even more surprising: a garden treat hiding a toxic twist. Let's dig into that next. Food number 3, rhubarb leaves and unripe rhubarb. Rhubarb stalks might bring back nostalgic memories of pies and compotes, but don't be fooled. The leaves and unripe stalks contain potent toxins that pose serious risks, especially for vision and overall health in older adults. Rhubarb leaves contain dangerously high levels of oxalic acid, a compound that binds calcium and other minerals, impairing their absorption. A clinical review published in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that excessive intake of oxalate-rich foods, particularly rhubarb, can result in kidney crystal formation, reduced kidney function, and systemic oxalate buildup. Older adults often have diminished kidney function and are more prone to mineral imbalances. Oxalate accumulation can result in microscopic crystal deposits, which restrict blood flow in delicate retinal vessels. Over time, this can slowly starve the eye's tissues and contribute to conditions like retinal ischemia and accelerated vision decline. In animal studies published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology, aged rats exposed to rhubarb extract experienced severe kidney damage and higher mortality rates, while younger subjects largely tolerated the same doses. This suggests that the elderly have heightened sensitivity to rhubarb's toxic components. This sensitivity raises red flags. What may be a small harmless bite for younger individuals could trigger oxalate nephropathy, systemic inflammation, and impaired detox functions in older adults. When kidneys can't filter toxins effectively, waste products back up and can impair tissues throughout the body, including the delicate microvessels in the eyes. Think of rhubarb leaves as a hidden minefield. Oxalate crystals clog and damage your kidney filters, and if those filters falter, toxic buildup creeps into the blood flow. In your eyes, that's like dimming the lights one tiny step at a time until vision becomes fragile and compromised. If something as innocent-looking as garden greens can hide this much danger, get ready. Our next surprise is a nutrient touted for vision, but often more harmful than helpful when overdone. Food number 4, high-dose vitamin A supplement. Vitamin A is celebrated for supporting vision, immune health, and skin absorption, but when taken in high-dose supplement form, especially by older adults, it can quietly become a risk instead of relief. According to Stat Pearls, a peer-reviewed medical reference published in the NCBI bookshelf, chronic intake of preformed vitamin A supplements, common in capsules, can cause hypervitaminosis A, a toxic condition marked by blurred vision, headaches, nausea, and elevated intracranial pressure, also known as pseudotumor cerebri, especially in seniors whose liver detox systems and tissue resilience are waning. Elevated pressure inside the skull compresses the optic nerve and disrupts blood flow to the retina. With age-related declines in circulation and nerve repair, older eyes become much more vulnerable to permanent damage, even if symptoms seem mild at first. A major meta-analysis of randomized trials published in JAMA found that supplementing with beta-carotene, a provitamin A, or preformed vitamin A, was associated with increased all-cause mortality in adults compared to no supplementation. While beta-carotene doesn't raise vitamin A levels directly, the body converts it, and in excess, this conversion may produce oxidative byproducts that contribute to systemic stress. For older individuals, these compounded effects, elevated pressure, oxidative strain, and possible toxicity can compromise vision and general health over time. It's important to note that this doesn't apply to other whole foods because the beta-carotene from food comes in moderate, balanced amounts alongside other protective compounds like fiber and antioxidants. Your body regulates how much it converts from food sources, making it far safer and healthier than taking isolated high-dose supplements. Think of high-dose vitamin A like overinflating a tire filled with pressure. It builds up behind delicate structures, like the optic nerve, putting sustained strain on them. Seniors have less resilient walls, so the burst can cause lasting damage. Even supplements considered safe, like beta-carotene, can turn hazardous in the long run. Now that we've seen how helpful vitamins can backfire, consider what happens when the oil you cook with goes bad. Next up, a common pantry item that hides its oxidative trap. Food number 5, old or improperly stored cooking oils. Those leftover oils in the pantry may seem harmless, but if they've been heated too long or stored improperly, they can quietly undermine your eye health. Oxidized oils generate harmful compounds that increase oxidative stress, something seniors should especially watch for. A 2025 review published in Food Chemistry explains that polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFAs, like those in many common cooking oils, are chemically unstable due to their multiple double bonds, making them prone to oxidation during storage and cooking. These oxidation byproducts include peroxides and aldehydes, free radicals that can damage cellular structures. In older adults whose eyes are subject to cumulative oxidative stress, these toxic compounds accelerate retinal aging and compromise blood vessel integrity, making vision more fragile. A cross-sectional study of cooks exposed to cooking oil fumes published in the Journal of Exposure Science and Environmental Epidemiology showed increased markers of oxidative DNA damage and lipid peroxidation in the body compared to low-exposure individuals. Oxidative damage doesn't stay in your lungs. It moves through your bloodstream to delicate tissues like the retina. Combined with age-related drops in antioxidant defenses, these molecular insults gradually degrade vision quality. Think of rancid oil as rust in a bottle. The oil's once smooth flow becomes cluttered with oxidative debris. When ingested or inhaled over time, that debris accumulates, much like microscopic rust flakes in the retina, which weaken its cells, compromise circulation, and dull vision. We've covered the surprising foods that can chip away at your eyesight, but protecting your vision isn't just about avoiding danger. It's also about feeding your eyes exactly what they need to thrive. And that starts with what's on your plate. So let's turn the spotlight to the foods you should be eating every day, delicious, nutrient-packed choices that help keep your eyes sharp, your vision steady, and your future bright. Food you should eat. Number 1, fatty fish. Fatty fish, such as salmon, sardines, and mackerel, might seem like a simple dinner choice, but for seniors, they offer a potent protective boost for vision. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids that support retinal health and help slow age-related decline. In a 90-day randomized double-blind study published in Neurobiology of Aging, healthy older adults received DHA supplements of around 252 milligrams daily. The group receiving DHA showed significantly better clarity of vision compared to the placebo. DHA is a critical building block of the retina. It enhances cell membrane integrity and improves visual signal transmission. As retinal function naturally diminishes with age, this support helps sharpen vision and maintain clarity. A large epidemiological study published in JAMA found that individuals with type 2 diabetes who consumed at least 500 milligrams of long-chain omega-3 PUFAs per day, or roughly 2 servings of fatty fish per week, had a 48% lower risk of developing sight-threatening diabetic retinopathy compared to those consuming less. Now I know what you're thinking. Didn't we say that PUFAs are bad? Don't worry, we will get into it shortly. Omega-3s reduce inflammation and support retinal blood vessels. For older adults, especially those with diabetes or vascular fragility, these fats help protect microvessels in the eye, reducing fluid leaks and preventing damage to vision-critical tissues. Think of fatty fish as vision armor in every bite. DHA reinforces the retina's cellular structure, supporting visual sharpness, while omega-3 calm inflammation and strengthen microvessels. And unlike the unstable PUFAs in old cooking oils, the omega-3s in fish are locked safely inside natural cell membranes alongside antioxidants, protecting them from oxidation until they're on your plate. For seniors facing age-related decline in circulation and tissue resilience, this combination preserves sight and safeguards vision over the long term. If fatty fish provides structural and vascular protection for your eyes, get ready to discover a vibrant powerhouse, a colorful, nutrient-dense way to counter oxidative stress and enhance vision. Food number 2, purple sweet potatoes. those gorgeous purple sweet potatoes. They're more than a feast for the eyes. Bursting with anthocyanins, they offer real protective value for your retina, especially beneficial for older adults seeking hands-off ways to preserve eyesight. In a laboratory study published in Food and Nutrition Research, purple sweet potato anthocyanin, PSPA, improved survival and DNA synthesis in human retinal pigment epithelial, RPE cells, which are critical for visual processing and retinal maintenance. RPE cells act like a 24/7 maintenance crew, recycling visual pigments, clearing waste, and supporting photoreceptor function. When these cells weaken with age, waste builds up, visual clarity fades, and the risk of degeneration increases. PSPA helps keep these cells resilient, preserving retinal health and slowing vision decline naturally. In an animal model of high-fat diet-induced dry eye disease published in the International Journal of Molecular Science, purple sweet potato powder with anthocyanins protected tear gland function, prevented corneal erosion, and reduced oxidative stress in eye tissues. This is important because oxidative stress can damage the delicate cells that produce tears, disrupting the tear film and irritating the cornea. Tear production often diminishes with age, causing discomfort, light sensitivity, and blurry vision. By countering oxidative damage and nurturing tear glands, purple sweet potatoes help preserve moisture, comfort, and clarity, especially for older adults prone to chronic dry eyes. Think of purple sweet potatoes as dual-action protectors for your vision. Their anthocyanins shield your retinal support cells while also maintaining healthy tears. For aging eyes where both clarity and moisture decline, this combined boost helps keep vision strong and comfortable without needing medication. If purple sweet potatoes care for your retina and refresh your eyes, next up, we've got a leafy green powerhouse, packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, proven vision defenders. Food number 3, leafy greens. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, collards, and Swiss chard aren't just salad staples, they're vision defenders too. Packed with the carotenoids lutein and zeaxanthin, they help filter harmful light and nurture eye tissue, especially important as our eyes age. Human clinical trials and observational studies published in the Journal of Ophthalmology show that dietary lutein and zeaxanthin significantly increase macular pigment density, which correlates with better visual function and reduced risk of age-related macular degeneration, also known as AMD. Lutein and zeaxanthin accumulate in the macula, acting as built-in sunglasses, absorbing damaging blue light and reducing oxidative stress on photoreceptor cells. For older adults who face declining retinal resilience and cumulative light exposure, this natural filter protects central vision and slows degenerative damage. Longitudinal cohort studies and meta-analyses involving adults aged 60 or older published in Nutrients link higher dietary intake of lutein and zeaxanthin to a 32% reduced risk of late-stage AMD, including the dangerous neovascular form. These carotenoids support retinal cell health and stabilize the eye's microvascular systems. Slowing progression of late-stage AMD is especially crucial for seniors who face the highest risk of vision loss from this condition. Think of leafy greens as wearable dietary eye shields. Lutein and zeaxanthin build up in the macula, filtering harsh light, soothing oxidative stress, and reinforcing photoreceptor structure. For aging eyes, this powerful defense preserves sharpness and helps guard against age-related visual decline, elegantly and naturally. If leafy greens act like built-in sunglasses for your eyes, the next power player takes a different path. Tiny, vibrant fruits packed with nutrients linked to night vision support and vascular health. Food number 4, goji berries. Goji berries might be small, but they're vision powerhouses. Packed with zeaxanthin and lutein, they offer exceptional support for eye health, especially for older adults who want natural, food-based solutions. In a 90-day randomized pilot trial of healthy adults aged 45 to 65 published in Nutrients, consuming 28 grams of goji berries 5 days per week significantly increased macular pigment optical density, or MPOD, an indicator of how much protective pigment is in the eye, better than a dedicated lutein zeaxanthin supplement. Higher MPOD means more natural sunglasses in your macula, filtering out harmful blue light and protecting photoreceptor cells from oxidative damage. Since light sensitivity and pigment decline are common in aging eyes, goji berries help preserve your best vision. In another study published in Optometry Vision Science, daily goji berry intake of roughly 13.7 grams per day over 90 days raised plasma zeaxanthin by around 26% and antioxidant capacity by 57%, while also protecting against early macular deterioration in older adults with early AMD. Goji berries deliver more than pigment. They boost systemic antioxidant defenses and contribute to macular stability by maintaining pigment levels and preventing early damage. That's vital for older eyes prone to retinal vulnerability and oxidative stress. Think of goji berries as mini vision fortresses. Their unique form of zeaxanthin builds up macular pigment, improving clarity. Paired with antioxidants, they reduce harmful oxidation and reinforce retinal structure. For aging adults, this support slows degenerative changes and guards sharp, healthy vision naturally. If goji berries strengthen your macula and ramp up your antioxidant defenses, for our last food, we're diving into a classic vision ally, a crispy, vibrant staple loaded with beta-carotene for eye nourishment. Food number 5, carrots. Carrots might be a childhood cliché, but they're a proven ally for protecting vision later in life. Rich in beta-carotene, lutein, and zeaxanthin, they help keep your macula healthy, your retina protected, and your vision sharp well into your later years. In a long-term prospective study published in JAMA Ophthalmology, adults with the highest intake of these carotenoids had a 25–35% lower risk of developing advanced age-related macular degeneration, AMD, compared to those with the lowest intake. This matters because beta-carotene is converted into vitamin A, an essential nutrient for the cornea and the light-sensitive photoreceptor cells in your retina. With adequate vitamin A, these cells work efficiently in both bright and dim light, reducing the risk of vision loss that often accelerates after 60. Without enough, night vision and overall clarity can decline rapidly. In a randomized crossover trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, healthy adults who consumed lutein-rich yellow carrots, about 1.7 milligrams lutein per day, showed significantly higher lutein uptake, similar to what you'd expect from a supplement. That's important because lutein and zeaxanthin naturally concentrate in the macula, where they act like internal sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light, absorbing excess glare, and neutralizing oxidative stress. As we age, the pigment density in the macula tends to thin, leaving it more vulnerable to damage. Carrots help restore and maintain that pigment layer, slowing degenerative changes that can rob you of central vision. Think of your macula as a delicate stained glass window. Over decades, sunlight and oxidative stress fade its vibrant color and weaken its structure. Carrots supply the rich pigments that refill and reinforce that glass, keeping your central vision protected, detailed, and vibrant. And there you have it. 5 foods to avoid if you want to protect your vision, and 5 powerful foods to enjoy daily for sharper, healthier eyes. You don't need to change everything overnight. Start small. Swap just one of the harmful foods for a vision-friendly choice and build from there. Every little change you make now helps protect your sight for years to come. If this video helped you, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed tips every single week. And if you know a friend or loved one over 60, share this with them. It might be exactly what they need to start seeing better. Thanks for watching, and remember, protecting your eyes starts with what's on your plate.